Welcome to the Uzziah Show, where being young, black, and successful is celebrated. I am your host, Uzziah, your success strategist. And if you have any questions about your business, career, or finances, then this is the show for you. Welcome, guys. Tonight, we're going to talk about 20 lessons I learned as an entrepreneur after running my own business for 8 years. I'm going to show you guys what I learned after running my own business for the past 8 years and what things you guys can take away from it as aspiring entrepreneurs. So, welcome. Please make sure to leave me a comment if you're on with your name and the city that you're from so that I can show you some love. Now, for those of you guys that are joining me for the very first time, my name is Uzziah. I'm a professional business consultant, and my job is to help people get out of debt so they can start their own businesses. So I'm really excited for tonight's broadcast. And please, if you guys are on, make sure you get ready to cam up because I want to see some of y'all tonight. I want to talk about some of these lessons that I've learned over the years in business, and I want to answer any questions that you may have. Now, in this show, I'm going to give y'all a ton of free game, as always, to help you reach your goals and become the very best version of yourself. The only thing that I ask in return is that you keep the engagement flowing, guys. Y'all know I love to talk to you. You know I love whenever y'all chat me up. So please leave me some comments to let me know what you think about tonight's show. Make sure that you take the time to get on camera. I'm going to be putting out the link for y'all to cam up during the show. And please keep the likes up. When you smash that thumbs up button on your way into this broadcast, that tells YouTube to send this message out to more people. I'm on a mission to wake up as many of us as possible with the instructions on how to be owners within our community. Okay. So please make sure that you keep the likes at 50% or higher. Also, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. That way you can be notified as soon as I do another show. As soon as we get to 10,000 subscribers or more, that's when the Black Men's Career clothing line is coming on YouTube. You've seen the hoodie, you've seen the shirts. Let's subscribe, guys. We've got an audience that is growing on this channel. Shout out to my brother Urban Logic. Happy to see you on, King. Thank you for tapping in with us tonight. Shout out to my sister LA for Life. Good to see you on as always. Tonight, we are talking about what I learned after running my own business for 8 years. I'm giving you all a lot of gems tonight, as always. So please make sure that you keep the likes up. Make sure that you subscribe. And most importantly, make sure that you donate. This is the only broadcast in the world where there's positive Black male media that's focused on spiritual, financial, and communal improvement. And if you don't invest in positive Black male media, then nobody else will. So, guys, if you love what this channel is about, if you love how I'm giving back to the culture, then please donate. All you have to do is give a super chat by tapping the dollar icon directly below the live chat box. If you're not logged into your Google account, then please do, because that's how you'll be able to donate. For those of you that would prefer to use Cash App or PayPal, the information is on the screen, and I got the links in the description below. All right, so I'm loving the comments already. LA for Life said, I need one for me and my son. Absolutely. That's why we got to get these subscribers up, y'all. We got folks that's wanting the clothing line to be here. So make sure that y'all subscribe. Make sure that you tell other people about it. Shout out to 12 Checkmate 75. Welcome. So happy to have you on. Let's show them some love, y'all. So happy whenever we get new people on the show, so that way you can get as much information as you need to get to the next level. 12 Checkmate 75 said, my cousin Arlene sent me here. Thank you, cousin Arlene. Okay, I'm sure that she sent you here for good purposes, and so I know that you will be in good hands. Okay, that must be LA for Life. Shout out to LA for Life. Thank y'all so much for all of the support. Shout out to Ariel. She said that she's excited for the show. All right, y'all. So let's talk about this. What have I learned in 8 years in business? Y'all know I love to give y'all so much content all for free on this channel, and I'm not going to change anything today. Today, I'm going to give you guys 20 of the top lessons that I've learned as an entrepreneur. Learn from my mistakes. I want y'all to learn from the things that I did right and the things that I did wrong. So that way, when you hit the ground running as a business owner, you'll know exactly what to do. I'm giving you guys these 20 steps really fast, so that way you can hit the ground running and get to success as quickly as possible. Number one, you need to get started on your business as soon as you can to figure out what works. This is something that I wish that I would have been told as a teenager. If you ever think that you're going to be an entrepreneur, start now. Don't wait, because it takes so much time for you to figure out right from wrong. You know, there's so many people that have goals in life that don't get started with the goal until the time where they want to see the results. The results and the work don't happen at the same time. You have to give yourself a window of time to put in the work before you get the results. So if you want to be making good money from your business, you need to give yourself a few years head start before that happens. If you want to become a best-selling author, you need to give yourself years of writing and building up your audience before bestseller status comes to pass. Y'all know the reason why I always talk about that is because I'm a best-selling author. So I'm giving you guys the secrets on how to do it. The number one most important lesson that I learned in business is I wish I would have started faster. I started my business when I was 23 years old, and I felt like I started too late in getting into business. Get started as soon as you can. It's never too late. It's never too late. You look at guys like Colonel Sanders that started up KFC. You look at guys like Ray A. Kroc. They did not start McDonald's working together with the McDonald's brothers. Ray A. Kroc did until he was in his mid 50s. So just because I'm telling you to get started as early as possible doesn't mean that if you're older than I am, it's too late for you. It's never too late, guys. Get started as soon as possible. Number two, do what sustains you. The truth is, you're not going to make it overnight in business. So don't think that, oh, if I just work hard for a good 5 minutes, then instantly I'm going to be an overnight success. Instantly, I'm going to be a multimillionaire. No, that's not how it works. The truth of the matter is, you need to find something that you can be committed to over the next 10 years. You can't just put your all into something overnight and expect instant results. You have to be committed to the process, guys. So I want you to brainstorm about what it is that you can do that even if you didn't hit it big until 10 years from now, you would still be happy doing it. Most people mess up because they're chasing a fad, and if it doesn't work within the next 3 to 6 months, they give up. Listen, you need to make sure that you're dedicated to something that is so powerful as a part of your mission and purpose that you would still be doing it if you never made money from it at all. You need to take something where you would love to do it for free, and then the money just follows as a byproduct of your excellence. Let me check these comments to see where y'all are at. Welcome. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Tonight, we're talking about what I learned after running my own business for 8 years. Make sure that y'all keep the likes up. Make sure that y'all donate. Shout out to my sister, LA for Life. Says, glad you came on. Stay tuned. You will not be disappointed, cousin. Uzziah has great info. Absolutely. Yes, I'm definitely giving out a lot of info tonight on all you need to know about starting your business. You need to make sure that you're in this for the long game. There are too many people that look at business as something that's sexy, all because you see social media influencers living in fancy houses and driving nice cars. You have to be committed to go the distance. So the number two thing is, don't enter into any business that you don't see yourself being committed to for the next 10 years, because I promise you, it's not going to take off overnight. You have to be willing to go the distance. Number three, don't expect people to understand your vision or your grind. These are all really important pillars that you need to get down before we start getting into the nuts and bolts of your actual business. Y'all can cam up with me if you have specific questions about your business, but you need to know that you have to get ready to work like a dog for a while with nothing to show for it. I'm not trying to scare you guys away, but I am trying to give you guys the real deal that business is not for everybody. The average small business goes bankrupt within the first 5 years of getting started. And the way that you make sure that you don't fall victim to that is by having a clearly defined vision where you stay committed at all costs. As I go through these 20 lessons, I'm going to show you how to not be one of those businesses that fail within the first 5 years. As y'all can see, I'm doing a video about 8 years of entrepreneurship. So I've made it over the hump. And one of the most important things that you need to get down at the outset is you cannot expect other people to understand why you work the way that you do. Most people are working at a 9 to 5 job. Most people will never understand the expectations that goes into you running a business. There's a big difference between you being an owner versus a worker of a company. So you don't work the same when the buck stops with you. Entrepreneurs are the only people on the planet who are willing to work 80 hours a week so that they don't have to work for somebody else for 40. So you should not expect your family members or your friends to understand what it is that you're trying to do, especially if you're trying to innovate. A lot of people could never understand why I wanted to get out of corporate America. People used to always tell me, man, Uzziah, never leave corporate America. You got a good job. What are you doing? Are you crazy? What are you talking about that you want to get out of corporate America? You know how many people would kill to have your job? Well, I don't think that a lot of people would kill to have the job, because if they would kill to have that job, they would have worked themselves into a position to get it. And you don't want to level off on this road of life. Life is an incremental challenge where you level up from one day to the next. It might have been good for me when I was in my early 20s to graduate from college and get a job. But now, once you take the experiences from the job, you start investing into yourself, and then you go the next step up as an entrepreneur. Everything is gradual. The fourth thing that you want to know about running a business is that every business has seasons. It is not ball out 24 hours a day. I don't care how hard people market their success. Every company ebbs and flows. You're going to have good seasons of business and you're going to have bad seasons of business. You're going to have moments of joy and you're going to have moments of depression. That's just how it works. Where most people mess up is they give up during their moments of their darkest depression. I'm going to tell you guys this now. If you are not mentally prepared to go through a dark phase, do not enter into business. I'm telling you guys, you might be looking at these guys on social media who are making all this money hand over fist, and you think that that's going to be you overnight. It's not. You are going to have to will yourself to go through certain seasons of having a vision and working towards getting the vision accomplished before any real success comes. And even once you've hit a certain level of success, it always fluctuates. Every business has a certain season of maintenance, increase, and decline. So let me give you guys an example. The most obvious example of a seasonal business are companies that have promotional sales. You'll see companies that sell fireworks. Obviously, their best season of business is July. But when it's December, their business isn't booming. So they're needing to hold on to all of the revenue that they generated from July for the rest of the year. There's a good season and a bad season of business. Flower companies hit it big in the month of February. They hit it big in the month of May and June, but that doesn't mean that flower companies are going to hit it big all year round. It's not to say that you can't make money all year round, but you have to understand that some seasons are better than others. In my business, where I focus on personal development, the number one time of the year where people love to do business with me is in the month of January, because everybody is saying new year, new me. So you have to understand the seasons of your business. The reason why I'm telling you guys to understand the seasons of your business is because you could go into a business naively thinking that you're supposed to be killing it all year round. Nobody does that. There's certain months where everybody hits it big, and then they prepare themselves to kind of go through a few months of maintenance or even a few months of drought. It kind of reminds you of Joseph in the Bible and the 7 years of famine and the 7 years of plenty. That's how you want to think when it comes to your business. Number five, executing is more important than learning. I know that you guys want to know all the information and you read all of the books, but nothing beats actually doing it. If I could start my business all over again, I would have spent a lot more time really getting into the thick of what I was doing rather than spending so much time listening to all of these different voices about what I should be doing. This is going to be a part of the 20 as well. A lot of people spend unnecessary time, money, and energy studying from a million different people. When you set your business up, you don't need to listen to a million voices, but you need to listen to 1 to 2 voices at all costs. You do need a voice in your head because you don't know what you're doing. But for the 1 to 2 voices that really resonate with you, you need to go all in. Most people are so busy trying to find the next thing that they're not actually focused on the execution. Execution is the most important part of your business. I know all of you guys know of businesses that are in this world today that absolutely sucks. They have poor customer service, and you can't even remember why you want to do business with them in the first place. Have y'all ever went to a restaurant and you're like, man, why would I even eat here? You go to some place to get your car fixed, and you're like, man, if these folks are in business, surely I could make it as an entrepreneur. You see these guys in business because they're executing, even if they don't have the world's best customer service or the world's best products. Something is keeping them afloat. If they can do it, so can you. Execution is more important than learning. There are so many of us that are using learning just as an excuse to not get started. We convince ourselves that, oh man, if I don't learn everything that I need to know about accounting, I can never get started. I don't know everything about the industry that I want to be an entrepreneur in. So I guess I just shouldn't start at all, huh? We will use learning and books just as a safety net to not get out there and see what happens. A lot of us are very intimidated to put ourselves out for the court of public opinion, but the most important thing to do is get started. Number 6, less is more. Please do not try to do a billion things. Guys, the essence of business is taking one thing and doing it over and over again. McDonald's has made billions of dollars taking one food and selling that food over and over again. McDonald's doesn't get bored and say, oh, you know what? Maybe we should start getting in the painting business. Man, I really like how other people are delivering packages. Maybe we should get into that too. No, they find one industry, they corner a market, and they keep doing the same thing over and over. I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't take nothing else away from this particular point, most of you guys will walk away from your business too early because you allowed yourself to get bored. All successful entrepreneurs get bored in what they do. Think about FedEx. FedEx sends packages day in and day out. It's the same process, but you don't see them jumping into something brand new. They will take the exact same process and do it 10, 20, 30 years later. You're honestly not making a dent into the industry for real, unless you're 20 years in. Okay. I'm talking about your everyday businesses. I'm not talking about, the media sensation that started a business 2 seconds ago and it's already become $1 billion hit. That does not represent 99.9% of entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs have to pick one thing and stay in it long enough to get to real success. Even though McDonald's has been doing this for decades, somebody in the world has never been to McDonald's, but they're planning to go. So for them to not do business the way that they've been doing it is leaving money off the table. Shout out to my brother Yasha Allah for the $19 super chat. My brother keeps burning that midnight oil, man. He says trucking ain't easy. Man, my brother, this is the reason why I'm saying you can't expect people to understand your grind. Shout out to everybody that's on. Tonight, we're talking about what I learned after running my own business for 8 years. I'm giving you guys 20 lessons that I've learned as an entrepreneur. Checkmate says intensity defeats extensity. I'm gonna want you to cam up because I'm gonna want you to talk about that a little bit more, or you can leave a comment. I won't put too much pressure on you. I know this is your first time on the show. Hopefully you're enjoying it, but I want to get some more of your feedback on your thoughts on that. Don't get bored, guys. Okay. When I was a child, I thought as a child. When I became a man, I put away childish things. When you think about boredom, think about recreation. Business is about process and execution. It's not meant to be your thing. You're here to serve the market. So when we talk about number 7, I want you to understand this. You don't have to be a genius to run a business. You just have to be organized. You got to keep your receipts intact, guys. You have to know your last point with your customer. If you've been working with a series of clients, you need to know what you talked about in your last conversation. Otherwise, once it's time for your next meeting, you're going to flop. You have to stay very organized in everything that you do. You need to make sure that you keep your work desk organized. You need to make sure that you keep your laptop organized. You need to make sure that you keep your accounting organized. The more organized that you can be in running your business, the more that it will flow like a well-oiled machine. Listen to me, guys. I'm giving y'all everything that I wish that somebody would have told me before I started my business in 2013. You do not have to be a genius. You do not have to have the world's greatest innovation. Most businesses today are either rivaling something that somebody else is already doing, example, McDonald's, Burger King, FedEx, UPS, Netflix, Hulu. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. But what you do have to do is you have to be able to deliver your product in an organized fashion. So if you're all over the place, you don't know what's going on in your company from one day to the next, chances are you won't be in business for very long. I hate to put us out there like this, but this makes me think about a lot of our restaurants. I'm not going to put us out there too much, but I know that y'all have been there. Every last one of us have been to restaurants where they've got an entire menu full of items, but they don't have inventory on half of the items they're promoting. You have to be organized. You've got to know, okay, what do we have and what don't we have before the doors open? You have to be organized to know when you need to re-up on your inventory. See, a lot of times people never know what they have or they don't have until people start coming to buy it. And then you are feeling embarrassed right there in the moment. That's not professional, guys. And I'm telling you, as a Black business owner, you need to be on your P's and Q's because your people will hold you accountable. Speaking of holding people accountable, where are these super chats, guys? Listen, I'm giving y'all all this game, but you got to pay the cost. Please smash that like button if for nothing else. Please share it. These things are all for free. We pour into each other on this platform, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be donating. So if you guys like using Cash App, please use $Blackman's Career. The PayPal information is definitely in the description below. You can also super chat. All you got to do is tap the dollar icon, because tonight we're talking about what I learned after running my own business for 8 years. Let's get into the 8th point. You have to have your money generating activity first. There's so many things that you can do in your business that can come in the way of making money. I know that it sounds crazy, but you could spend so much time working on marketing, working on accounting, that you don't make time to start making calls. Whatever leads to you making sales and generating revenue, you need to put that activity first before getting busy. There are so many ways, endless, infinite ways for you to stay busy in your business. And 95% of everything that you do for your business isn't tied to the money. Some of you guys will try to beautify your website and it's not tied to the money. Some of you guys will play with the logo to where it looks picture perfect. It's not tied to the money. I'm talking about specific actions that are directly tied to the money, whether that's getting on sales calls, whether that's you going out and promoting your business through an online advertisement or even a radio ad. Whatever you need to do that's directly tied to a sale, that's what needs to come first. There are so many entrepreneurs that are trying to check every box of a billion things that just is to look pretty, but you need to be profitable. I would rather you be profitable in your business than pretty. The next thing that you need to know is that one good customer is worth more than 10 average customers when you're doing business. I just gave y'all a really important point. I would rather have one great customer than to have 20 customers that are not fully engaged, because I can build a great company off of that one person. This one person will bring great participation. They will be repeat customers. This one customer will most likely deliver a lot of long-term value. You got to think about this. Let's say that you're running a restaurant and you got 10 people coming in the door for the very first time. Of the 10, maybe only one person is going to come to your restaurant once a month. So you want to make sure that you really pay close attention to who that one person is going to be. A lot of people are just coming and going. Maybe they're visiting the city and they may never return. So, when you think about your customers, not all customers are the same. I would much rather have one good customer that's engaged, that shows up, that tells people about the business, that I enjoy working with, rather than having 10 average customers who will come in, but it's temporary. Every business is like this. I know I had to be one of Amazon's greatest customers whenever they started really getting going. Long before they're the billion-dollar company that they were today, I've been on Amazon shopping since I was 13 years old. I'm in my 30s. You need to know who your good customers are, because it was the customers like me that helped Amazon get to where they are now. Every business is built off of great customers. The customers that are just kind of so, they keep money flowing in the business for a short period of time, but you can't build your company off of those great customers. You got to start getting out there, building relationships, and finding your ideal clients. Number 10, it's far more important to manage your business budget than your personal budget, because your business expenses will always cut into your earnings. I know y'all might be a little surprised to hear me say that, because I'm always stressing personal finance. But at least when you're managing your personal finances, the money that you've budgeted is already yours. The problem with your business budget is every expense takes away from whatever money that will go into your pocket, right? So before you've even taken your paycheck from the business, you've already got so many different operating expenses that are coming in the way of you getting paid at all. See, the upside of you working at a job is that you get a guaranteed check on the 1st and the 15th. When you're in business, your money fluctuates. And instead of you getting paid on a guaranteed schedule in a 9 to 5 job, on your business, you're actually the last person to get paid. You have to pay vendors. You've got to pay for equipment and supplies. You've got to pay your employees if you have them. You always eat last. So you got to make sure that you've budgeted your money really well, because if you're the last person that gets paid in your company, if everybody else took off your plate, by the time it comes around to you, you might not have anything at all. You might end up being in the negative. So make sure that before you go all out on your business, you put yourself in line with a really good business budget. Okay. You want to make sure that you walk away with something for all the hard work that you put in. Now, this 11th point falls in line with it, but it's a little bit different. Stay out of debt. When you get a business loan, that puts a lot of pressure on your business to perform. You will have to put yourself in situations where you will compromise your vision to make sales. I highly recommend that you don't put too much pressure on your business too fast. So let me give you guys an example of something that happened in my business a few years ago. A few years ago, my business was really rocking and rolling with an online consultation program that I had. I was working with a lot of clients, and I started hiring a lot of staff really fast. And because I was taking people out of their jobs in the corporate world, it put so much demand on my company to perform. It would have been so much better had I had a one-man show business and automated processes than for me to hire a ton of people where every single month I have to make sure that I'm hitting a certain sales quota, or else I won't be able to pay my employees. Now, fortunately, all of the employees got paid. But what I'm saying is, I would have actually created a whole different set of products had it not been for the necessity of me needing to hit certain quotas every month. If you put a lot of pressure on your business up front, all you have to do is sell, 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 sell. But you may have a long term vision of new products and services that may actually be better than what you're working with right now. But you're going to be so consumed with needing to make a dollar today that you're never going to have the time to make a better product to make more money for tomorrow. So make sure that you stay out of debt and limit the financial pressures on your business. Otherwise, you're going to get in a state of desperation where you have to constantly sell in order to stay afloat. This is the reason why most businesses fail within the first 5 years. They end up renting out these buildings that they can't afford. They end up getting a whole staff, and they get all of this equipment. They take out a business loan, hoping that maybe in 1 or 2 years' time, they can start recouping for all of the money that they shelled out. It doesn't always happen. It's not guaranteed. So rather than putting that pressure on yourself, you want to start small and work your way up organically. If you start off with a huge loan, it really is a game of Russian roulette because you don't know if your business is going to take off or not. Shout out to Ariel for the $5 super chat. So thankful that we got another sponsor chiming in. For those of y'all that are just now joining, welcome. Tonight, we're talking about what I learned after running my own business for 8 years. If you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, then please donate. All you got to do is give a super chat by tapping the dollar icon that's directly below the live chat box. You could also donate through Cash App or PayPal if interested. Now, I was just talking about the importance of making sure that you're out of debt, right? And I think where a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs go wrong is they see these success stories about these multimillionaire CEOs who took out a business loan, who grinded so hard year after year, and they always think about themselves being the success story, but they never think about all of the millions of people that never made it. As a business owner, you need to ask yourself, for every one overnight success, how many entrepreneurs were working just as hard and failed? It is going to be a game of the odds. Some people start businesses and they get blessed. They hit it right out the gate. Some people don't really hit pay dirt until 5 years, 10 years, 15 years or longer. And so you really can't compare yourself to a lot of other entrepreneurs. Also, I want to make sure that you focus on that. Don't put too much social pressure or financial pressure on your business because pressure can bust pipes. You want to make sure that you focus on pacing yourself and following your budgets. Number 12. Before I get to that, I got to throw this part in here as well. Don't pay yourself as long as you can help it. Obviously, the goal of you running a business is for you to make money. But in your first few years of starting your business, you want to keep the money in-house. I'm telling you, if you put money in all these other places outside the business, you're not actually incubating your business long enough for it to grow. Your business is your baby. If you do not feed your baby enough, it is going to die. I just got to tell it to y'all, guys. It's a baby because it's always going to pull on your attention. It's always going to make you work for it night and day. Just like a baby, it's not going to serve you until years down the line. You cannot pump out a newborn baby and have it take out the trash. You cannot pump out a newborn baby and have it fold clothes. You have to go through the process of feeding and nurturing in order for it to grow before you're ever going to get a return on your investment. Number 12, keep a handle on your accounting. It's hard for you to catch up on your taxes after it's out of whack. A lot of you guys are going to be starting up businesses, hustling, but the problem is if you never keep a running log of all of your taxes, once it comes time to actually submit a tax return, it's going to be very difficult for you to try to reconcile a year's worth of business all within 1 to 2 weeks' time. Every year, I would start filing my taxes right at the extension deadline. I would file an extension year after year. I need more time. I need more time. I need to sell. I need to sell. And then within the last couple weeks, I would be trying to put all the information together, try to categorize all of the transactions. It's better for you to have regular maintenance in your business than you try to do this major overhaul overnight. And that applies to everything that you do, guys. Nothing needs to be this humongous overhaul. Always focus on continuous improvement. If you want to build a better website, put out a crappy website and just work on making slight adjustments over time. There are so many of you guys that will work on a product, website, logo, marketing plan for years on end. It never sees the light of day. And then by the time you've put it out to the marketplace, something else has changed. Maybe by the time you put out a website's not even popping no more. By the time that you get going on one platform, that platform is already done. I mean, look at what's happened with platforms like MySpace and Friendster. At one point in time, these were a hit, but technology evolves. So you got to make sure that you're always getting out there, not expecting perfection, but just making slight adjustments over time. Number 13, keep your expenses as low as possible until you're in a good place to reinvest. Listen, guys, you don't need everything for your business. You don't need a website. You don't need a business card. You don't need to pay a person $1,000 for a logo. I've been there and done that. I could write the book on it. All I needed to start my business was a Skype account. That's it. All I needed was to tell people what I accomplished and a Skype account. And from there, everything else is history. And you know what's so crazy about that, y'all? Both of those things were for free. When I started my business in 2013, I told people that I paid off over $95,000 in student loans 2 years after graduating from Baylor University. I paid a web developer thousands of dollars to build a website. I set up a mailing list, which cost, a monthly subscription. There were all these different expenses that I had to pay to try to get my business off the ground. I was paying $500 for a logo. I was paying just all of these random things. I was paying for shirts, anything that you could think of. I'm just spending money. I'm just throwing money away. And really, at the end of the day, on business day one, the only thing that people did was DM me and we got on a call. They didn't care about the website. They didn't care about my shiny logo. All they cared about was the results. And all that I needed was a free Skype account since Zoom hadn't blown up at the time. And I just needed to get on with people and start talking. They would have sent me money right there and I could have been making good money all for free. But because I shelled out $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 before I ever made a dollar back, the money that I was getting back from people didn't even feel good because no matter how much money I made, I was always operating from a loss. I would rather you make a $10 sale with zero expenses, then you make a $20 sale, but you owe $100 towards expenses. Does that make sense? You're not going to feel the best about the money that you make the deeper you're already starting from a loss. So keep your expenses as low as possible until you're in a good place to reinvest. Shout out to my brother Rodney Lawrence, man. Shout out to this brother, man. Much love to you, my brother. I pray that you're doing well. Let me know how you're doing, King. I just want to check on you, man. I know, that you're going through some hard times. All of us are on here praying for you. We're so happy to see you on, as always. Let us know that what we could do to support, man. I would really, really, really want to support you. I appreciate you supporting the broadcast and soaking up game, but let me know how I could be of service to you, my brother. Okay. So tonight we're talking about what I learned after running my own business for 8 years. Make sure that if y'all just joined, you smash that like button and you leave me a comment to let me know which of the 20 that I've shared thus far really resonates with you. Which of these can you look at and say, man, I'm happy I know that now. So that way I don't fall into the trap once I begin. Number 14, traffic over everything. I don't care how much you've put into your business thus far. If you don't have a way to generate consistent traffic to your website, you are not going to be in business for very long. See, a lot of people underestimate getting traffic to your pages. I'm telling y'all, that's probably the biggest trap when you're trying to set up a business online. Everybody thinks, since everybody's on the web and you got billions of people on Facebook, that it will just be so easy to just build a website and just send people your link, and automatically a lot of people are going to see it and they're going to want to buy. That couldn't be further from the truth. Building your online following is going to be the hardest part of running your business. Do not let anybody fool you. It will take time for you to learn how to generate qualified leads that you can convert into customers. So before you think about spending all this time, money, and energy into a bunch of random things, you need to focus on generating traffic. I would rather you start off with a bare bones product and learn how to get people seeing it than for you to spend a billion years coming up with the world's best product and nobody's buying it because you don't know how to market yourself. I always tell you guys on my broadcast, when you're starting your business, you need to be dedicating at least 60% of your time towards marketing. Listen to me, guys. I've set up multiple businesses. I've set up for-profit businesses, non-profit businesses, and the formula is always the same. You could have the best systems, the best processes, but if nobody knows you exist, nobody cares. There are millions of YouTube channels. There are billions of websites. There are millions of social media pages. So, how will you stand out from all of those millions of accounts who are all looking for people's attention? It will take you a lot of time to build a following. That's why I'm telling you, don't care about being perfect. If you ever thought about starting a business in your life, you need to get started today. Even if you don't have a product, don't wait for the product. Just start talking about what it is that you want to do. Set up your social media account right now. Whatever account that you think that you need to be on, set up that account right now and start talking. You need to get the traffic long before the success comes. Number 15, one of the hardest parts to running a business is building a team. I'm telling y'all, when you get good people, competent workers, you need to go all out because good talent is hard to find. I got somebody that I'm working with right now, and we got a great relationship. And I am just hoping and praying that we continue to ride together until the wheels fall off. But it is very hard to develop a team. One, because when you're first starting your business, you don't have a lot of money to pay employees. In fact, I would recommend that for most of you guys, you really learn how to manage your business one deep until you start generating enough income to afford to pay somebody else. When you're setting up your business, you don't need to start off with a full-time employee. I always recommend that y'all start off with a virtual assistant. Start off just with a virtual assistant that you can pay $5 for a task, $10 for a task, and just see what it's like delegating to another person, so that way you can learn the skills of management before you start hiring full-time resources. One of the hardest parts is building a team. Trust me when I say this. You could want to hire people that are nice, who have the best of intentions, but you're going to have to go through a lot of people before you start finding just those one or two resources that can really get the job done. Tr- Listen, guys, I don't care how much money you're making from your business. You're going to lose money trying to find the right resources. This is the reason why in corporate America, they're always retaining certain resources, because it's so much more expensive to go out and find a brand new employee than it is to train and develop somebody that's already there. Okay. You want to make sure that you go through the process of hiring and firing as needed. I can promise you, the first person that you hire into the company is not going to be, the one employee that you'll be able to hold on forever. You'll probably work with them for a time, and then you'll probably find new resources from there. But you got to start now, because if you want to find great employees, you got to start getting through the bad ones before you get to the good. Let's talk about number 16. Don't try to mix business and friendship. A lot of you guys are going into partnerships with your friends, and there is a big difference between business and friends. When you guys start trying to build these businesses around all of your friends, you're going to be in for a rude awakening, because it's going to be hard for you to have teammates that look at you in a professional light. So people will show up to a job at 9 a.m. sharp, but they won't show up to the business that you're running on time, because you're too much of a friend. When they go and work at a job, they know that boss is going to hold their feet to the fire, but they're not going to feel that way about a friend, because, oh man, we just kicking it here. We just boys, we just girls, we just having a good time. Everybody is laughing and joking, and hopefully the money comes at some point. No, it don't come like that. Business is extremely competitive. If you're going to be making money, you got to be going for it. It ain't going to be no friend stuff. So I'm just telling y'all this now. I know people that want to set up businesses with, their mom, their kids, their friends, their brother. If you cannot keep a professional relationship and keep things strictly business, don't go into a business with friends. Otherwise, it's going to slow down your progress. Also, another thing that I've learned from personal experience, and I mean this in a very specific way, keep your business life separate from your church life. I've gone through a lot of pain in prior years, because I would have people from my church be very opinionated about my business. And I'm like, yo, you're not a board of director on this company. Why are you acting like you have a say so here? So when you're running a business, you need to keep your business life business and your personal life personal. There's nothing wrong with having friends that support your business. There's nothing wrong with having people that you go to church with seeing what you do as customers. But you really don't want to blur the lines on such a level where the same people that you go to church with now start to try to manipulate how your business ought to go. You need to keep your business business and your personal personal. Otherwise, it's going to create a world of problems. Okay. Next, let's talk about number 17. You have to be a master of your daily routine. That's the only thing that will keep your business going. Listen, y'all, when you got your business saying that it's open from 8 a.m. to 5, you got to be on schedule. Don't nobody care about if the dog died at 7:30, you got to show up at 8. Nobody cares if you didn't get a good night's rest. When you say that your business is open during these hours, they're looking for you to deliver. I'm telling you, it's just that serious, man. You have to master your daily routine. And see, this requires another level of discipline. When you work at a job, you could show up late and the business will still run. But when you are a business owner and you set your own schedule, if you're late, then the business isn't running. That means that you've lost customers, you've weakened your reputation, you've taken trust and credibility from your offering. And the more consistent that you can be on your routine, the more likely your business is to get to the next level. A lot of business is just about being where you need to be when you need to be there. You could have all the ideas, you could have all the value, but if people can't rely on you to stick to your word, you're going to lose a lot of customers. You have to be a master of your daily routine to keep your business going. And when I'm talking about being a master of your daily routine, I'm talking about waking up at the same time, going to sleep at the same time every night, knowing when you're going to eat throughout the day, knowing which times are your social times and knowing which times are your lock-in times. For those of y'all that just like to be on the phone at random hours during the day, this business thing is another level. You're not going to be able to just chit chat on the phone with your friends whenever you want to, because you're going to have customers to work with. Your customers are going to be your bosses, so you need to stay on a tight schedule. Your success comes down to your routine. And if you don't follow that, your business can fail. Number 18, y'all, we almost done. Follow the market. Your business is not what you want it to be. You need to cater to the marketplace. There's so many people that go into business saying, oh man, you know what? I want it to look like this. And I'm going to call my business this title and everybody's going to love it. No, not everybody is going to love it if you don't know what the market cares about. It's not about what you want, it's about the market. You're not running a hobby, guys. You're running a business. So when you run a business, you got to pay close attention to the numbers. I'm telling you, I do this in the for-profit business and the nonprofit business. Sometimes even more in a nonprofit than the for-profit. Whatever the numbers say, that's what I give to people. Let me give you a prime example. A lot of you guys know that I'm the head pastor of the True Spirit of Christ Church. Okay. And one of the things that I tend to notice was that whenever I would do classes, it would get a certain level of engagement. Now, I'm an introvert by nature. I don't always like to be out in front of people. But the key to success was me getting on live after live after live, getting out there and teaching the word. It's not about what you want. You need to follow the market, and the market is always going to tell you what works. When you put out social media posts and some posts get more attention than others, that's the way of the market telling you what resonates with them. Sometimes I'll do show topics and I'll say, okay, is this really getting the attention of the people, or do I need to switch gears? You're going to have to do this for your company. If you're running a restaurant, you're going to have some meals that'll be more favored than others. So you have to build your business around that meal rather than the meal that you think that people will want. Okay, it's not just about your passion. It's not just about living up to your dream. You need to make sure that your passion is aligned with solving somebody else's problem in the marketplace. If your passion isn't solving other people's problems, you're not going to be in business at all. Number 19, once you've gotten to success, don't stop doing what got you there. That's where the real work begins. Let me tell y'all something, guys. If I would have stuck with my YouTube channel in 2015, where guys like Juice and all these other sponsors started watching me, I would easily have at least 100,000 subscribers right now. Easily. Easily. Y'all know it. There are so many people on YouTube right now that have bigger followings than I do that cannot keep up with me in terms of communication. I know how to speak to an audience. I know how to provide good content. But the problem is, once I started putting out content that people started looking at, I did not sustain it because I started doing other things in the business, the same things that I was doing to grow my channel. I stopped doing it. So I started a channel and I started putting out videos every day. A lot of y'all were with me way back when, so y'all know what I'm talking about. I was putting out a video every day, giving game every day. And then I stopped doing it. And then that's when traction slowed down. That's when I started getting commentary from people. Hey, man, where you at? Hey, man, where's the next video? I want to see it. So a lot of times, even as I'm doing this show today, there's so many people from 2015 that are just now starting to see, oh, wait, he's back. YouTube won't even send them the thumbnails from the post because it's been that long since I had put content out. I've been doing this show for a month plus now. I have people that'll come on this show one time and say, oh, hey, welcome back. Good to see you again. You've got to stay current on whatever got you there. That's one of the biggest challenges from any high performer in the industry. You've got to keep doing what got you there. Same thing applied whenever I was getting out of my student loan debt. When I was getting myself out of debt, I managed my finances one way. As soon as I got out of debt, I started managing my finances another way. And lo and behold, it wasn't too long before I got right back into debt. You got to keep doing what works. So now when I manage my personal finances, I don't play that game. I know I got to keep being hungry. I got to keep acting like I don't have it, even when I have it. And that's one of the biggest problems. I had to learn and grow because when I got out of debt, I felt like I made it. I felt like when I reached 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, all right, man, we're rocking and rolling. I don't have to keep doing the same thing now because the channel is growing on its own. No, I don't care how much you're making and how much large of a following that you build. The number one key to sustaining that success is acting like you don't have nothing at all. And even with me, having assets over $500,000 in net worth, I still act like I'm the poorest person I know. Not because I am, but because it's the mentality of being hungry for something that will keep you in the game. When you feel like you're really there, that's when you fall off. It's not until you feel like you're not there that you stay there. The 20th and final piece, and I'm going to bring this link for y'all to cam up. I want to know what y'all thought about the 20th thing that will keep you thriving is you have to be ready for everything. Listen, y'all, business is very stressful. And the reason why it's stressful is because you never know what's going to happen when. You never know where an emergency is coming from. You're always putting out fires. And there's a big difference between you operating as an owner versus an employee. See, when you're an employee, you can coast along because you're simply maintaining and contributing to something that's already built. But when you are the business owner, you're building it from scratch and you're the foundation and the engine of the company. So if something goes wrong with your website, you got to know how to get it back up. As a business owner, you have to know a little bit about everything, even if it's not always going to be you doing the job. You got to understand, hey, if your website crashes, is it because you used the wrong plugin? Is it because you forgot to pay the bill? Is it because they already had, maybe a planned outage that you didn't know about from your hosting server? You have to know so much, and you have to be ready to handle it. Business is about solving problems. When you become an entrepreneur, you've signed up to be a professional problem solver. You are a professional crisis expert. So just get ready for it. Buckle up. It's not always easy, but it's well worth it. You have to be ready for everything, guys, because all it takes is one thing that you didn't see coming to throw you off. And honestly, that's how a lot of people end up starting and stopping. That was actually one of the flaws or downsides of me starting a business in my early 20s, is that I still had to grow to a level of discipline to understand that no matter what is going on in my life, you need to stay consistent. You need to stay current. You need to stay getting out there. And I want to shout out my brother, uh Abaya, We the People University, with the $20 super chat. So good to see you on, my brother. Thank you for the support, man. And I'm so happy for you, man, and all the success that you're having in your business. Tap in with me, man. Tap in with me, cam up. Let me know how things are going in your business. Let me know how people are engaging with the course. Hopefully all is going well. So for those of you guys that are just joining, tonight I went over what I learned after running my own business for 8 years. A lot of you guys have seen me online over the years running this online business, and there's 20 things that really changed the game for me. Just to recap, number one, if you want to get in this game, start as soon as possible. Start today. You'll thank me later. Number two, you need to do what sustains you. You're not going to be successful overnight. So you need to find what you could be comfortable doing over the next 10 years. Number three, don't expect people to understand your vision or your grind. This hustle is different when you're an entrepreneur. Everything stops with you. Number four, all businesses have their ups and downs. Everybody has their seasons. You're going to find moments of great joy. It's going to be some of the happiest moments in your life. Business is also going to bring you some of your darkest moments as well. Just get ready for it. Number five, execution is more important than learning. A lot of us think that if we learn more, then that'll set us up for success. But then we stay so busy learning that we never get out there and execute. For everything that you learn, start doing it. Number six, less is more. Don't do a billion things. Just find up to 3 things to do in a day. I'm going to give you all an example. Look at my show. The only things that go into this show is planning the show and broadcasting the show. I don't do a billion other different things to make this business decision. Okay. If your thing requires a billion different things, you're doing the wrong thing. Keep it simple. Number 5, like I said, execution is more important than learning. Number 6, less is more. Number 7, you don't have to be a genius. You just have to be organized. Number 8, do your money generating activity every day of business. There's 100 things to do, but if you can only do one thing in a day, do the direct money generating activity. Make those sales. Number 9, one good customer is worth more to your company than 10 average customers. Focus on getting ideal clientele. Number 10, more important to managing your uh, more important is for you to manage your business budget than your personal budget, because at least on your personal budget, you're already managing the money that's in your bank account. You got to be that much stricter with your business account because everybody else will pull from your money before you. Number 11, stay out of debt. Otherwise, you'll have to compromise the vision of your business. Do not put too much financial pressure on your business too fast. Otherwise, you'll get in desperation. Number 12, keep a handle on your accounting. It's hard as hell to try to submit a tax return for an entire year in 1 to 2 days worth of work. You have to stay continually on top of your bookkeeping. Number 13, keep your expenses as low as possible until you're in a good place to reinvest. Number 14, you need to get traffic. If you don't build traffic online, nobody's going to buy your products. Number 15, one of the hardest parts of running a business is building a team. It's going to take time for you to find great people. Once you have them, continue to nurture them. Number 16, don't try to mix business and friendship. That's one of the fastest ways to burn a bridge. Number 17, you have to be a master of your daily routine to keep your business going. When you say that you're going to be online, be online. When you say that your doors are open, be open. Number 18, follow the market. Business is not about you and all of your hearts and dreams. It's about what people will pay you to get. Steve Jobs was only passionate about his business because other people actually wanted to buy computers. For every Steve Jobs, there's 100 other people talking about their passion and don't nobody care about it. Your passion has to connect with the marketplace. Number 19, once you've gotten to success, don't slack off. Do not take your foot off the gas. Keep doing what got you there. That's where the real work starts. And lastly, number 20, you have to be ready for everything. You don't know what's going to happen and when, just know that it's coming. Those are the 20 lessons that I've learned in 8 years of business. So, as always, guys, I'm going to give you guys these 2 free stocks that are sponsored by Webull. Webull is the fastest financial growing brokerage company in the world. Here, you learn how to invest not only in stocks, but also cryptocurrency. Okay. So, for those of y'all that have any questions about business, feel free to cam up with me. Feel free to give me your thoughts on everything that I went over in today's broadcast. I would love to be able to share your experiences on what you've learned so far in trying to set up your own business. A lot of you guys also don't know I promote other people's businesses on this platform for free. So if you've got a business that you want to see promoted on this channel, then please feel free to send me an email at uzziah@blackmenscareer.com. Give me your website, give me the details about what your business is about, and I will promote your show on this platform for free. Shout out to my brother Roy. I see you, Roy. Thank you, my brother. Shout out to Roy for the $5 super chat. Roy is Lyra Texan, the Israelite. Thank you so much, man. For those of y'all that are joining, if y'all love tonight's broadcast, please show love, donate, y'all. This is what keeps the show going. If y'all want to see me put out more content where I'm giving off all this game to our community for free, I need some of y'all to support this movement. Smash the like button, tell people about it, donate. That's what keeps this thing going. Okay. So yeah, if y'all want these 2 free stocks, I put it in the comments below. You'll be able to get on Webull and not only invest in stocks, but also crypto. If you have a business that you want promoted on this channel, send me all of your business info to uzziah@blackmenscareer.com, and I will promote your business on my platform for free. Okay. Because I'm trying to get our people ahead. I'm doing this for the culture, y'all. All right. Listen, man, it's been an excellent broadcast. If y'all don't have any questions, okay, I'm happy to have you on, Abaya, my brother. What's going on, man? You killing the YouTube space. All right, listen, man. It's been an excellent broadcast. If y'all don't have any questions, okay, I'm happy to have you on. Okay, he's got a little bit of a delay. Abaya, if you could get that background echo out, and there's a little bit of a delay. Once we get that going, we're good. What's going on, King?
Shalom. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Good to see you, my brother.
All right. There we go. How you doing?
Man, doing blessed. Better now that I see you, man. I heard you was running YouTube.
I don't know about running it. I'm trying to survive inside of it, but it's been going decent.
Yeah. So tell me about, what some of your experience has been thus far in you setting up your YouTube channel and running your business. Tell me about maybe some of the pros and the cons.
Wow. Let me see. Well, first off, let me just put it out like this. I took your advice. It worked. Who would ever thunk it, right?
Absolutely.
I took the advice, man. So let me just first and foremost give all praise to the Most High for everything, right? In the name of Hawashai. I'm gonna say that first. And all praises to the Most High for this brother who gave me information to start building. And I said this before, the information is so vital to your success. Once you start doing it, you're like, man, I should have thought about this. This is this, but you don't think about this because you don't have that experience. Like it would have never crossed my mind the things that you were telling me to do and how to set it up. So I started doing that. And it just kind of it's hard for me to explain. It just took off, right? I'm like, wow, everything just started working and falling in the right places. That's the pros, the cons, again, I everything I'm setting up. When I sat with you for I don't know how long we sat together, like 2 hours that day, and the information, and I'm thinking in my mind, yeah, I'm gonna support the people. And, if you look at the channel, for example, 1.3 million views in 2 months.
Wow.
Right? 1.3 million. Almost every video now is starting to hit at least close to, if not 100,000, close to 100,000. One is at 200,000 views.
That's awesome, man.
So congratulations. Is I put this information out for us.
Yeah.
98% of them are all the other nations.
Right.
We suffer from these situations with law enforcement, but those other nations are saying, hey, look, I know we don't suffer from it, but we're going to get this information so we don't begin to suffer from it, right? So they're taking the information, and we're just simply letting it go, right past us. And to me, that's a con, I don't need the views, obviously, right? But I want my people to watch it, and they're not taking to it. And it's like, I don't get it. And I sold courses as well, but the majority of the courses.
What's so funny, man? I just want to hop in here real quick, and I'm glad that you're saying this. I think that you can get a feel of the kind of losses that I take by labeling my business Black Men's Career. Yeah. Because, there's so many people that I've had over the years, brother, white people, Asian people, that are like, yo, I love your content. I tap into it. But the fact that you're so overt about you wanting to do this for your people turns a lot of communities away, which in turn turns a lot of money away. But I'm so invested into this vision that I have to take a really long and hard route in order to really grow. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard, man, because when you're looking for that support from your community, especially in these topics of substance, we oftentimes look for entertainment so much more than we do the information that can change our lives. So I just wanted to throw that out there at you. I've even heard, I got to talk on this, man. I've heard other brothers say this. I'm sure that you've heard of Eric Thomas, uh, mo- motivational speaker.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. For those of y'all, I'm sure many of y'all have heard of ET. Shout out to that brother. He's the brother that did the motivational video that if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. He said it out there publicly. He was another brother that set up his platform with every intention for it to be absorbed by his people. But the number one people that will go to his conferences and actually buy his programs are white folks. So, this is something that is affecting all of us. But I'm just thankful for brothers like yourself and ET that was smart enough to just reach, everybody, even with the hope of wanting to get to your people. And, just pray for the dumb guys like myself that have built a business called Black Men's Career, expecting Black folks to hurry up and jump to it, man. It's hard. It's hard.
Nah, like your heart is the same place as all of our hearts, man. It's like, we just keep hoping, like, man, hope our people just take to it. I'm telling you, like I say, 2 months, 23,000 people subscribing, hundreds of thousands of views, 1.3 million views. Wow. Bob Stubnowski be like, hey, Abaya, great information. I took the course, 5 stars. Saying, Stubnowski, he don't play that game. He ain't playing,
Right.
But you know what? Hezekiah, though, or Hezekiah Israel, or where,
yeah.
Bruh, get the course, bruh, get the ebook.
Yeah.
A sad thing is, a sister reached out to me just recently, and she was like, Abaya, our sister Jess got, in trouble with the police. So, we need you to, do something, talk to her, hit her up.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not gonna lie, it frustrated me. And I'm asking for advice right now. You can tell me if I'm wrong for this. Because I've been on Clubhouse. I've been doing teaching lessons on this. I've been on the Facebook. I've been on the YouTube. I put out free ebooks. I put out the information's out there. I have the course if you want to go in more detail. And they never go and get it. So now you're in trouble. Now you wait to the last minute. Now you're saying, hey, Abaya, I need your help.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting the message say, hey, call her. I'm like, if you need help, call me.
Right.
you send her a friend request. No, send me a friend request. I shouldn't have to get the information and go find you to give it to you too. That's our people, though. And I didn't do so. I was frustrated. I didn't think I was wrong for it. What do you think? I mean, we just won't take to the information.
No, I agree with you 110%, man. In fact, that's what I was talking about on yesterday's show, that I don't start working with people hands-on until they've started looking at my content that's already out there, applied it, and are willing to get to the next level. See, like even when you and I started working together, I told you, hey, I've been watching what you've been doing over years. So I already knew, hey, if I'm going to invest into you on this level, you're going to be a brother that takes the information and run with it. But for a lot of our people, we'll spend all day making videos. I mean, you know what it is. You're on a YouTube game. Creating this content around the clock ain't easy.
No, it's not.
People don't realize when you get into this content creator space, that's going to be your life. Because if you're not, you're coming up with the information, you're doing the research, you're seeing what's trending out there, you're recording the video, you're editing the video, you're posting the video, you're optimizing the video to make sure that it can reach an audience, you're promoting a video. And then you get our people who, after you're done doing all that work, won't watch any of the videos that you've already put on the subject, and then will be like, yeah, so, how do I do this? It's like, bro, all the information is right here. Just go and watch the damn video. Like,
Right.
I can't tell you, Abaya, how many brothers that have come to me personally saying that they want a better job. Then I'll send them the video and they won't even cut the video on where I'm telling them the exact same thing that I would have told them on the phone call. Like, real talk, a lot of times it's better to watch my videos because I've already come up with a structured flow for you to get the information on a video rather than us just rambling on the phone call. You know what I mean? But it's like, you definitely triggered me when you said that, because man, that's been my story for years, my brother. And I definitely would tell you, always direct people to the video content, because that's the only way that you can do things that are scalable. For my business, for example, and I'm quite certain with yours, you'll run into the exact same thing. You're going to be catering to a market of people that are always going to need answers around your content. So, if I get on phone calls with everybody that's looking for a better job, I'm not going to ever be able to grow my business. So there has to be some middle ground where I'll still get with you. Like this brother right here, for example, Rodney Lawrence. This brother will support this show day in and day out. His mother died last week. The brother's still on the show. This is the type of brother that I'll say, hey, man, I'm going to send you my free product. I'll give you my free course. Don't even worry about it. People pay for this. I'm going to give it to you for free. This is the type of brother that I would get on the phone with and say, hey, let's talk, because I see that you're already serious enough to absorb the content that I've already put out on the subject. Right. So I know and trust that by the time I get on the phone with you, I'm not going to have to reiterate something that I already said 1 billion times over on this video. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. A lot of sense. It definitely makes sense. And so, I mean, that actually, I wasn't feeling too bad about it because I was frustrated, but that actually brings it back home for me. Because, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. If I've already put it out there for you, if you're serious about this, then you would have taken to what's out there. And so many people, let me rephrase that. So many of our people are just not taking to it. But yet again, Bob Stepnowski, hey, Abaya, shucks, good job, Abaya. All down the comment section, Bob and Steve and, John, they're there.
Yeah.
And they don't even suffer from this stuff the way we do.
Well, one thing about it, my brother, I think that one of the biggest challenges for our people, two challenges. I think that one thing that our people struggle from is seeing the good in their own people. And by that, I mean, when I see Abaya, do I just see some Negro off the street, or do I see a man that's about his business? You see, because I'll go and patronize everybody else because I'm not looking at them as just some random guy. I'm looking at somebody that deserves my money, right? So that's the first part of it. A lot of times we'll be more critical to support our own than some of these other nations will, as you can see. The second part, I just suspect, this is just my thought. I think that a lot of our people really don't understand the significance of supporting business owners because there are only but a few of us actually in business. You know what I mean? It's like, so you and I, we understand the game because we know what it's like to go down that path. So I'll get on the phone with you and I'll say, hey, King, I'm pulling you to the side. I want to show you the things that you want to avoid. You know what I mean? So you avoid these traps. And then likewise, hey, you return the favor. You come on and show you a super chat because you know that it's a grind. But for the rest of our people that tune in, for a lot of people, it's just entertainment. These guys are just YouTubers. They're not, they're not doing nothing. You know what I mean? It's like we have a certain complex in our mind that if a brother is not like a PhD or a lawyer or somebody, then, this stuff doesn't matter. But the craziest part about it is we're giving back all the information that we know to our people for free. The same information that y'all would have went to school and paid tens of thousands of dollars in order to get. So, even though I'm taking a massive L, by making the business of black men's career, because other nations would pay me top dollar for the information that I give to our community for free. I do think that one of my goals is to really make entrepreneurship normal for our people.
Right.
Make ownership normal. And I think once we get more in the spirit of, okay, this is what you're supposed to do in business, this is the culture, then hopefully we will get a little bit more supportive. I think that some of these nations, because they already have had friends and uncles and aunties and mothers and fathers who have been business owners, it's already a part of their culture to know the game. For the rest of us, we're just not there yet.
Right. Right. I know what you mean too. I'm gonna be blunt. Somebody gonna get mad at me.
Go ahead, do it. This is the
Black
platform.
men's career. I guarantee if you drop the black, like he just said, drop the black out the name, they Bob Stepnowski. Now you already know because you taught me the game. So it's like, wow, you were the one to say, hey man, broaden your scope, and I did that, and it worked. So
Absolutely.
listen, man, I can attest. This brother, what he's teaching you works. All right, it works. Worked for me. What they say, I'm a living testimony. It worked for me.
All praises.
Man, I'm definitely gonna support. I'm always gonna be a supporter and always pushing anything I can do. Definitely let me know. I'm definitely gonna be there to do so.
Of course, I appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, man, I'm checking out your YouTube channel. I want to get with you from another call where we could talk about some things, on now that you have the traffic, continuing to build up that value ladder that we talked about. I'm sure that you could see now with those Bob Stanowskis, they're looking for your value ladder. They're getting engaged with the video, checking out the book. They want the courses. So, I'm looking forward to us talking about us getting to the next level, man. Keep up the good work, King.
I appreciate it, King. I
All right,
definitely
now. Shalom.
All right, shalom.
All right, y'all. So always a pleasure to have our brother Abaya on the broadcast, man. Really great brother with a great heart and a great spirit. I want y'all to see what Ariel just said. She said, we as Black people have to learn to get behind our people before any other race and without any other race backing first. Support us first, no matter what. I'm telling you, sister. You couldn't be more right. But boy, is it a challenge. Boy, is it a challenge, man. I've been real crazy to go about this thing the way that I have, but I have faith that the Lord is going to look out for me, for wanting good for my community. And this is not even anything against any other communities. I mean, I have people that tap in with me, from different areas, and I don't deter anybody from the business, but I make it known I started this business because I wanted to see our people successful. Shout out to the brother Diego, all the way from Brazil. Wow, man, this thing is global, y'all. So listen, man, I'm not going to keep y'all on here all night. All I'm going to tell y'all is these are the 20 things that I've learned after running my own business for the past 8 years. Hopefully, y'all got a lot of value out of tonight's lesson. And if you love what this is about, then support your people, man. Please tap that dollar icon directly below. A super chat donation will go a very long way. Please make sure that if you are a Cash App donator, make sure that you go on Cash App at $Blackman's Career. Make sure that you go on PayPal. The links to donate are in the description below. I want y'all to see something that Rodney just said. This is why this show is so important. He said, I can't thank you enough for your support and acknowledgement. We'll chat soon. I'm sure that Rodney can tell you from the emails, on top of the public acknowledgments that I've given this brother, that I actually really do care. For those of y'all, some of y'all know me on here better than others. Some of y'all know this is not just, it's not just business for me. There's a lot of other things that I could have been doing, y'all, that's a lot more profitable. That's what me and Abaya were just talking about. I do this show because I genuinely care about my people. I'm one of the few crazy Black men in America that are willing to make sacrifices for our culture to get ahead. I'm willing to take away from my own bag, my own health, my own sanity, just to help y'all win. And, when it came to this brother Rodney, it really touched me, to see his loss last week. I look forward to speaking with you, my brother. I look forward to helping you however I can as well. I'm looking forward to us helping you. We're here together, man. We are your family. This is not just some show for entertainment. This is really about building our community. So it's going to be no brother left behind. It's going to be no sister left behind. We're going to put on for our people. We're going to educate our people, and we're going to hold each other up. So keep your head up, black man. Stay focused. I know what it's like to lose a parent, my brother, but the best way that you can honor the legacy of a loved one is to keep doing what you're doing. Keep grinding, keep being successful, keep making your mother proud. We love you, man. Reach out to me whenever you want to at your own time, and just know I'm always here. Shout out to my brother Juice, man. Yo, we got to celebrate this brother, man. This is a big time sponsor. I'm telling you, I couldn't do this show without the people that y'all see on this broadcast. Couldn't do it without Juice. This show would have already been canceled had it not been for the donations that he helps to keep it afloat. Because I tell y'all, it's expenses that goes into this. A lot of y'all might have saw internet went down. I need to invest in a better computer. I got dreams for this show, y'all. Okay. So by y'all supporting this show and donating, it helps to take things forward. It's not always, this is just the start, y'all. I know y'all thinking, oh, okay, this guy just talking. It's going to be much bigger than this if it be the Lord's will. Trust me. So thank you, my brother. Really appreciate the support. Much love to you. This is a brother that's been rocking with me since 2015. And like I said from earlier, had I just stayed on this platform since 2015, things would have looked a lot different. But I had so much going on and building churches and doing other things, man. I appreciate you staying in my corner, my brother. Ariel said, it's a condition of mine to want a job over building a business. We have to change the mind of our people. Well, that's the reason why I do this show. I'm one of the crazy ones that's trying to change the culture, y'all. So listen, I'm going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for your support. I hope that you got a lot of value out of tonight's broadcast. I will be on tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central, and I can't wait to see you. I love all of y'all. Okay. Look at what Jose said. Choosing between watching funny cat videos and motivational videos is going to make a big difference. Okay. We got to execute, y'all. Let's stay dedicated, man. Let's stay focused. Most importantly, keep pushing. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for all the donations, the sponsorships. And just know, even if you give a donation after the live broadcast is over, I am going to shout you out on the next broadcast. All right. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, Lord willing. Keep pushing.